Why hello there, fellow survivors in the toxic forest. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Boundless Witch. Episode 11. Carving out a space for a future friend. You guys voted for a hospital bedroom-y thing? Got it? I will aim to have a dedicated hospital. Now, question. Where do you want it? So 1 is here. I could turn this into a hospital. 2 is going to be somewhere in here. The only disadvantage of somewhere in here is it's probably going to have to be frozen, but it is also secure from pod drop raids, assuming that there's overhead mountain here. Whereas this will be more temperate and more comfortable to sleep in. And then 3, I'll have split the difference. I'll put it like, I'll mine it out here where I remove the pollution and I have a room here that doesn't need to be frozen because it won't have an insect risk, but it doesn't also use up like the soil. Because a counter argument is like, this is going to be potentially fertile soil, which we could plant like hay grass or something. This is in a mountain. It might be too cold, whereas this is like in between. So I'll have it decide where you want it. Where should I build a hospital? 1, 2, or 3. And the reason why I'm calling it a hospital initially is I don't have need for a bedroom. Truly preparing for habitation is like a kind of a different task. There, see, the other turret I want is going to be right in here. There was pollution here, so I'm just going to put it right there where the pollution is. So I won't even bother unpolluting that tile. Because we had a decay spread. No, don't grab 12. God. There we go. 3 turrets. I do think we could probably use one more turret in the main area here. So I'll probably build a 4th. I'll like put it right here shooting down the hallway. And this is like a backup or something. I don't want them on top of one another because if they're on top of one another, they have a chance to like chain explode. Even if it is a uranium turret that can't catch fire, they can still spark at low HP. EMI field. 40, nope. You're not of age. Bye-bye. I could have done this tree. 1 is sort of the concept of like use a tree more than it is a specific zone. So it's like use this tree or use that tree. 2 is doing the mountain. 3 is do it on stone that can never be farmed, where you're not using a tree and you're not putting it in the mountain. So it was sort of the concept of like those 3. It wasn't, so I didn't phrase it like that, but this isn't about a specific tree. It's just like, should it be in trees? Should it be in the mountain? Should it be on the mountainside? Nice, Sun Tzu can now be taught to attack. And all that's left to train is Hall, which is great. I'm going to get a little bit extra steel before I change priorities. But it does look like we're going to build a hospital at 3. So, thinking about that, as far as fertility goes, this is all stone. So this is not usable for farming ever, unless we put like hydroponic basins, and obviously that's just, I mean, whatever. So, the plan is to build a hospital here. One thing I could do is smooth the stone out for lowered cost, which is not unreasonable. And it's made of granite. So I think what I'll do is use the natural granite tile and make it a granite hospital, mine it out and smooth it out, and have it large enough that it could become a separate bedroom if we end up with a colonist. Silent Rider's really hauling a lot of material. Try to get a little bit more. Hey, Flurbin, thank you for the raid. How's it going? Let me give you a shout out. Lorbin Live. Playing some Rimworld as well. Tell me about your run. What flavor of war crime were you committing? Yay! The smog, I think, is going. Maybe? Maybe? Ah, some Twitch integration. Sweet. I used to do stuff like that, but Twitch integration doesn't necessarily easily scale up to a lot of people. It gets a little crazy unless you put on a lot of breaks. So it's more the chat did the war crimes? Yeah, I know that. My chat's equally guilty. At times. So we're out of components for this thing. To set up more turrets. So I will... Before I pivot to building like a hospital bedroom, I will put one more turret in. Get the components for repair. We also don't have the material for a smelter either, which is something I had wanted. Wait, where are you going? Oh, damn it. Well, I guess you can haul more steel while you're out here. Yeah, as far as war crimes go, we haven't committed very many. I've only killed one human who attacked me. I killed an animal, which we didn't like. I killed an entity. Technically, I killed a mech, but not really, not directly. I made it step on traps. You know, our hands are pretty clean here, and as far as the scheme of things go, as far as Rimworld goes. But our ideology is animal personhood, so killing animals is kind of a big no-no. So the one animal I did kill was a tame chance revenge. So it wasn't like I was looking to kill it. I was looking to tame it. It just attacked me. Alright, that should be enough for the last turret. I'm going to feel like I could breathe real easy with 4 mini uranium mini turrets, which are fireproof and pretty tough, covering me. And yep, that can also reach the cable. Good. Alright, next priority. Build a hospital room. So, the first step is going to be getting a stone cutter. And I think I'm going to, like... I wish I could put a stone cutter, like, here. Well, I could, but I would stumble on it. There's not... I don't want a stone cut where there's pollution, though. Maybe I'll put a stone cutter right there. That'll work. Because there's no pollution there. So I'm just digging to here to be able to put a stone cutter out in the open. Close to where I'm building. So let's get rid of these scribbles. Calling them numbers is pretty generous. Additionally, I think all the pollution... Yep, there we go. Oh, our calculations were awesome. Look at this. So we had no additional pollution leak into our base. And 4 tiles left at this Pollux tree. This Pollux tree was new, so I didn't do the calculus there. Or algebra. And then this one has, like, very few tiles left to absorb. What is that? Like, let's do some quick math so that I can see if I can move more pollution up here. So is this all the plan zones? No, I have other plan zones elsewhere. Where are my other plan zones? Yeah, right here. Let's get rid of this. So 15 plan zones, cool. So what I'm doing now is I'm just counting how much pollution can be moved here. And 36, so that's enough for a full stack of pollution. But that's probably recent. That was not available. So we can move one more Tox Pack stack here. Ready to be absorbed. Nice. And then over here, I don't think it's big enough. So we could do it, but it might bleed back into our base. Because just a quick glance, this does not look like it's... oh no, maybe it is. 24. So 5 times... So we need 30. So that there's no overflow elsewhere. So yeah, this is going to have to wait. But we're ready for one more Tox dump. So I'm going to set this to important. And haul. Actually, you know what? I don't need a haul. Freaking Silent Rider hauls. We'll have Silent haul it. Done. Outsourced. And forbidden. Cool. So slowly getting rid of those 90 packs that we traded for. Another forced weather. So this is a blind fog. Ugh. Why would I agree to that? No, I don't want blind fog. Screw you. I mean, I know I have a very brawler-based defense system, but I do have turrets. I don't want blind fog. Alright, now we'll grab our stone cutter. And we're planning on doing granite. So let's get granite blocks, cut forever, drop at the ground. Is there slag anywhere else? Did Silent Rider really get all the slag? I believe he probably did. And it's too bad I can't tell him to, like, go attack ruins. Because I would have him happily just, like, bash his head up against... Oh, you know, get that wood for me. I'd happily have him bash his head up against, like, the Mech Strider stuff for more slag. But I don't need to do that. So, taking a look, I think what it's going to be is I plan on having it be... I'm going to take advantage of, like, all the space I can capitalize on. So I'm going to add... It's going to be big. It's going to be a big old room that I can house people in. I'm thinking long-term project. So there's a little bit of marsh soil here, which maybe we avoid. But the infrastructure that I'm going to be building is like a large room complex around that, where we can smooth it out, we can make it look pretty, it's comfortable for people to live in, because Witch can basically deal with whatever. She's not had a single mental break so far, and I don't think she's going to unless like Silent Rider dies and a droner hits her and she's like wounded and sick. Like it's gonna be a hell of a lot of complex, compounded problems for that to ever be a problem. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have Vermeer help me build. He's at 90% mega energy. I'll cut the stone. He can lay it down. And then once we have these border walls down, I can then dig into it and be able to utilize the space. Did you get the wood? Did anyone get the wood? No, you did not. Oh, no, you're going to sleep. And then Sun Tzu is 1/7 hall trained. Not bad. So I know you normally can leave a single tox pack stack at a tree to have it passively get removed. And I could probably do that here. I'm just not in, I'm not in any rush. It's not like I'm about to have a power shortage. Oh my god, it's so cold in there. Oh no, I misread. Oh, what the? Vermeer, don't do that. I caught you. I know what you were trying to do. He was like, I'm gonna have paid vacation. No, you're not. Shut up, robot. Alright, Witch. You're swimming in a swamp. And we did end up getting the wood down from there. I don't really care about the rest of the building. I can leave it there. Sorry, you're drunk. What, on oil? So Witch is building here, enclosing this area so that I can start digging into it. And I'll dig the shortest path possible before going any farther. And then we can start removing the pollution from it, because we have plenty of space in our pollution dump zone. I just have the roof overlay to make sure that we don't end up hitting any overhead mountain, because that's what I'm trying to avoid. If the hospital is going to be temperate for people to be comfortable in, obviously overhead mountain is a no-go. As far as I can tell, this whole area here, like in terms of zoning, we can do walls up here to here, and then like over this way. So it's going to be a weird sort of like long complex, maybe. But I don't know. It'll be nice once it's done. Whoa! Just tabbed off screen. Vermeer, how about you just continue? Yep, building the roof. And you're about to be free. So opening the home zone. What I intend to do is to add all of this to the home zone. It's now part of the base. And the first building I build will be like the dedicated hospital room, which I'll put here. I think I want like a little gap between these two sections. So I'm not going to combine the cave with the complex. I'm going to keep them physically separated. Somewhat for like security reasons, so that if someone's in the hospital, pod drop raiders don't accidentally land in our freezer, which has thin rock roof. Having them separated will prevent that from potentially happening, which would essentially backdoor our own defenses, and I don't want that. So having them apart will help. And Vermeer, at this point, I'm going to have you go back to the Ver zone, and I'm going to do the rest of the work myself. Because you used 9% of your energy, and I don't need help with this part as much. Yeah, no other colonists so far. Just the storyteller has not seen fit to bless me with any, and that's just the way it is. Come on. 65%. I'm gonna smooth later. I'll excavate first. Also, it probably would help if there was like light in here. Let's stick one in. Yeah, there's been some potential. Plus, if I'm completely unscrupulous, I could gank a child visitor, but it would piss off the entire faction, which is like not what I'm trying to accomplish. No, don't do that. So I'm going to update the behind the wall zone to include here. And I don't want Witch to keep trying to swim in muddy water. Maybe a swimming pool in the future is like a good idea to remove the pollution on an area that is like pond-like, and then to allow for swimming. But this is like straight up gross marsh. There's not a lot of water, as you can see. There's like a tiny puddle here, tiny puddle there, tiny puddles everywhere. This is maybe the closest to the base, but still it's pretty inconvenient. Maybe I get really lucky and there's like subterranean in-mountain water pond. I mean, that can happen. It's pretty rare. But I've seen it happen. Morally, are we pro-child abduction? Yeah. We're more like anti-adult. So if saving... In our minds, adults abuse children. Because the backstory is Witch was very, very abused. Maybe not actively, but she was thrown out by adults. So, if there's children that we can liberate, so to speak, we might be for that. And I'm going to say this is this footprint is big enough to be a hospital. And it's going to be a pretty nice one. It's like, I wouldn't say it's overly spacious, but it's decent. And when all smoothed out, it will be pretty. And to that end, I'm not going to allow Silent Rider in there, because there's no need to have it all trampled up. In fact, there's too many overlays. I'm not going to have Silent Rider go anywhere down here. I'm going to also rename the zone to the pet hauling zone, so it's more inclusive. And dormant mechs. The question I have for you guys is, should I... So, there's a little bit of a disadvantage of smoothing floors. Because once you smooth the floors, if you build a floor on top of it, you still have the wealth of the smooth floor. And alternatively, what I could do is I could tile it. So, if we tiled it, I would probably wait for me to have more silver. I could mine up the silver and get sterile tiles. What floors for the hospital? Sterile, smooth, or rock tile. And I do have Dub's bad hygiene, so there is the like mosaic flooring rock tile, which looks closer to what a hospital should be, but ultimately you could choose. So pulls up there, and at least initially I'll smooth the walls. Oh no, that's not a wall. I'll smooth the walls. Because walls can be removed, but floors can't for some reason. And Sammy, thank you for gifting that a sub. Cheers. Sterile. The other thing I could do is to install my... I could install the research bench in here. And then research sterile tiles, make it sterile, increase my research speed, and then turn it into a hospital once I have like microelectronics research where I build a dedicated research room. Ew, it's really bad temp though. It's hot. Okay, sterile. Got it. Should I research sterile tiles now? Yo, Sun Tzu, I didn't... Oh, yeah, that's not the ranch anymore. My bad. This is also great for construction skill. I'm going to be a better constructor at the end of this, which is its own benefit if I want like nice hospital beds, good furniture, etc. So right now I'm researching microelectronics to try to get a high-tech research bench so I can push towards hospital bed and vitals monitor because I've had so many issues with being sick. So to answer your question, opposed to getting microelectronics for high-tech research. Now, if I did get high-tech research, I'm almost assuredly going to need more power sources than what I currently have now. One wind turbine. Oh, which is stupidly blocked by roof. One turbine blocked by roof is not enough to keep the lights on. That much I know. Oh my god, I put a roof over that for so long. But yeah, a lot of the tech that we like rely upon pretty heavily, like hospital bed, is obviously bottlenecked by the fact that we don't have a high-tech research bench and eventually multi-analyzer, etc., etc. Would breachers attack smooth walls rather than constructed ones? Breachers attack anything. You put something in their way, they're going to attack it. But regular raiders won't attack raw walls. They will attack built walls or smooth walls. Smooth walls and built walls are owned by the colony, whereas sappers and breachers just attack anything in their way. Raw mountain, it doesn't matter. There's no amount of boundary that will stop them, except for like deep water or like the vacuum of space if you're on a space station. Like, it has to be pathable, of course, but if it's pathable, they'll attack it. And it looks like sterile tiles is we're gonna pivot for it. Got it. Sterile mets. Oh, that won't smooth automatically though. Dang. Because it has an adjacent wall. Had I built the wall later, it would have been worked just fine. Undo, redo. It's too bad this isn't like a watering hole where I could swim in. That'd be nice. Like my own little like private pond. No, but there's no good swimming water sources nearby. Is this a water source for like drinking though? No, there is a well potential here, and I could like nudge the walls to incorporate it. Got it. Is there such thing as a research bot? Nope. They're not that kind of smart. Well, maybe the Apocryton is, but the Apocryton's never on your side. A visitor. Oh, with a child. Wait. A wimpy fast learner. Oh, another child. Blue. White, blue, and, well, sadly your name isn't like green or something. And a 47-year-old. Psychopath. So this is one of those cases where, like, I could very easily make the case of, like, I'm going to rescue White and Blue from Kaisa, because Kaisa's a tortured psychopath who's a cannibal. I mean, they're all cannibals. And he has, like, 2 children following him around, or who are fast learners and impressionable. I mean, you get where I'm coming from, right? I'm not going to do it this time. I don't have the infrastructure to support other humans yet. But, like, this is what I'm saying is, like, it's not necessarily ethically bad to rescue 2 children from, like, a psychopath. I wholeheartedly believe that. A young drifter seeks charity. A poor child named Dolphin looking for help. They want herbal meds. Dolphin is an 8-year-old cannibal. I mean, you're not a cannibal on your own accord. If you're a cannibal, adults fed you human. You did not hunt the human yourself, I can tell. Do we offer charity? What do you guys think? Do we help a dolphin with their medicine needs? They probably want medicine to anesthetize people to steal their organs for munching. Maybe that's what maybe that's how they're getting their food. All right, you can stop hauling, please. And research sterile tiles. Well, actually, before we do that, how about we do this? Mine out the silver, and then Silent Rider will haul the silver into place, so you can skip that phase. And it looks like you want to offer charity. I do have a lot of meds, so it'd be very greedy of me not to offer them, because I have 44, they asking for 8. There we go. You're welcome. I mean, I am helping a kid. It's maybe a very severely misguided kid, but a kid all the same. And the other group are leaving too. So this silver's probably going to go into sterile flooring and not trade or something else. That's why I'm mining it up now. And then we'll research the tiles, and then probably put the research bench down here until we get, like, hospital beds. And it's fairly reasonable to add the high-tech research bench outside, because obviously there's a massive penalty for being in the super cold. But being outside, you know, no such penalty exists for work speed. So things that are very work speed sensitive could be in this complex, whereas the things that are not work speed sensitive could be in the other one. Teach him to haul once, and he goes crazy. Oh, okay, I'll let you swim. I wouldn't, but mostly because I don't like leeches. Saving Parker. 25-year-old. Nope, too old. Sorry, Parker. You're parking up the wrong tree. No, 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 no. Stop, stop. That's enough. Go back. They'll use the herbs as seasoning? Oh, God. Maybe. I mean, he's 8. I don't think he's that smart. Hey, Silent Rider, do you want to grab granite? Oh, you know what you could do? Ah, I have a brilliant idea. Get rid of corpses, please. Corpse dump. Human like corpses. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do allow all. I know that's forbidden. And then I'm going to individually forbid any tox waste that I've dumped out here. Because I just don't know where all the corpses are. No, I don't have any other free tox waste out there. Do we have 30 tiles of pollution removal in this spot? I do have 34. All right, we can also put a dump here too. So having the pets automatically remove corpses to like the water where they'll decay quick is going to be kind of nice. Unless I did my zoning wrong and they're going to bring them into the base. Non-zero chance that that happens, if I'm honest. Most of these dead bodies are like nearly decayed. All right, we're getting attacked by Mantis with a iron-willed. Oh, Neanderthals are not fun to kill. I'm trying to think about the least harm. Neanderthals, given how like toughened they are, I think I'm gonna rely on my pets. And my gun. Is that a wooden spear you have? It is. It's a wooden ikla. Alright, he's down. Silent Rider and Sun Tzu, I'm gonna leave it up to you to like move his body, because I don't want to see it. So I'm gonna put myself behind the walls. Once you're inside the walls, I'll patch you up with like my hands, by sticking my fingers in your wounds or whatever. And then I assume you're gonna be able to get the corpse to the deep, deep water and get rid of it. But only like some bruising. I mean, being overwhelmed by numbers and being mobbed does make it pretty easy to get rid of even the strongest brawlers. Because he wasn't terrible. I mean, he had a terrible weapon, but Neanderthals. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Neanderthals also make for very good ghouls. Not that I have ghoul tech, because they have strong melee damage and they're robust. So Neanderthals are very scary ghouls. They're just slow. But as far as defensive ghouls, they're a great germline gene for ghouling. With that said, I don't have ghoul tech yet, so there's no way I'm going to bother putting them in a freezer until I do. Because that's so far off. I have no idea when that will happen. Oh, okay. When it rains, it pours. Jivarals. Who also wants to be beat up by a 14-year-old. Excuse me. 14 and a half. Just about. 4 days until it's 14 and a half. Hey, Silent, can you move that body? Please? You haven't moved any bodies? It's valid, right? No, maybe I screwed this up. I probably did. Corpses. Human-like. No, I really didn't screw it up. If I can... Alright, let's see. If I am unrestricted and can haul it... Okay, yeah, I didn't screw it up. Just haven't done it yet. Maybe with any luck I can get the impid to like breathe fire on the other bodies. Alright. Animals. Draft. Come on, Silent. Right now I'm just like messing with the impid. It's about to get ganked. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Attack! And dead. I don't want to see the dead body, so I'm going back inside. Sun Tzu, how'd you fare? Just some bruising? Good. Nothing I can't fix. Woohoo! Thank you! Now do the other one. Well, I mean, you can't, but if you could, do the other one. Woohoo! Now do this one. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're like a 1% left. And that allows me to get the pemmican without, you know, having to see dead bodies, which is upsetting to Witch. Also, probably gonna need a stock room soon. Good lord, look at that. It's full, just about. Alright, Sun Tzu, come on. Train, train, train. 5/7. Ah, bogus. I would, so, if you can't already tell, I'm trying to deal with all the raids without having to, like, wear down our steel supply. Alright, the last 3 human corpses are now in the pond. Rotting at 6 a day? Instead of, like, 2 a day or whatever. I don't think there's any running water on this map tile, because it's, yeah, it's just marshes. But that's the best we can get. The other thing I'm going to do is create a zone, which is avoid corpses. And this is going to be a zone primarily for Witch not to swim in that pond anymore, because that would be mortifying. So when I unzone, when I change the behind the wall zone to something else, I don't want to just be unrestricted, because I don't want to go near the corpses. I could have engineered a better solution. I could have put the corpses here where I throw a Molotov at a distance and I don't see it. Honestly, I think that's probably better. I'm going to change my mind. Luckily, it doesn't require really any work. You just create another zone. Because I know me, I'm going to forget to do the zoning, and I'm going to go swim with the dead bodies, and it's going to be gross. This is going to be a low priority for everything, so that they can help me haul everything. I am surprised that the raids have been coming to my home tile and not the other tile. Hey, Stash! Thank you for the gifted subs, man. How's it going? Would you, I haven't been lurking your channel in a while. What have you been streaming lately? More Gothic remake or something new? War merchant. Well, I do have some weapons. Mostly junk, but some weapons to sell. Yeah, thanks for the love on the marathon. I appreciate it. They're coming with a bunch of toxalopes, too. That's an interesting meeting zone. Alright, what do we got here? I'm going to sell the pemmican because I don't really have need for it yet. Sell the smoke leaf. I could smelt the metal stuff. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll hold on to it knowing that I'm going to be making a smelter soon. I'll get rid of like the bow and the old pants and the old lab coat. I'll replace it. I keep forgetting I have a bandolier. Anything we want to buy. So they don't have any components, which would be like number one. Don't really have anything. They really showed up with very little. Alright, that's enough. And they didn't tell me about any quests, so that's unfortunate. So I'm not even going to bother with the avoid corpses zone. I'm just going to assume that the Silent Rider like moves the corpses to a corner that is of no interest. So that way when I unrestrict myself, it's not gross. Oh, you're out of town. Ah, well, I hope you're having a fun time. I hope it's like a good out of town, not a bad one. So now that we have sterile materials, the plan is as follows. We are going to put... I don't know if I have the steel for this, but... oh, I do. And I'll do granite mosaic in the door. So we're going to build a little hospital room. And then stick our research in there until we have actual hospital-y stuff. The other thing I could do is create a zone here. And critically important, call this bed. And put my uninstalled bed in here so it can become a hospital very quickly. I don't have to go fetch a bed. There's a bed adjacent. That way, in the case of a medical emergency, it will convert to a hospital near instantly. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld: The Boundless Witch, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a miniseries marathon. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow witches and warlocks.